Alright then, hello guys. Today we're doing another PicoCTF challenge, and the challenge we're going to be doing today is going to be called Specializer. So with this challenge, it's basically very similar to what we did last time. And is it lagging on me? Oh, it is it. Specializer. So it says reception of special has been closed to say at least. That's why we made an exclusive version of special called Secure Comprehensive Interface for Affecting Linux Imperial Radical, or just Specializer. With Specializer, we really tried to remove the distraction from using a shell. Yes, we took out a spell checker because everyone's complaining, but we think you could be excited about our new reduced feature, keeping you focused on what needs it the most. Please start and test your own copy of Specializer. And then additional details will be available after launching your challenge instance. So we get one hint, which is what program do you have access to. So first we're going to connect to Netcat onto this, and then later we're going to have to put in the password that it gives us. So just the password. I guess, and one of the hints it tells us is what programs do you have access to. So how do we really check what programs we have access to? That's a really good question. So one of the commands you could do to check what programs you have access to is basically by pressing tab twice. So 1, 2. It tells us these are all the current programs that we have access to. And if you look closely, we don't have cat, which is a way to, I guess, just show what's inside a file. So how are we gonna do this challenge? And we also don't seem to have ls, which is just for listing. So how are we gonna do this? So we need to figure out where the flag is stored. So that's gonna be quite difficult. So how do we do this? So what we could do is basically just go around the directory and see what's there. But like I said, you can't use listing, so you can't type ls. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. So how do we do this? So what if we just type cd back cd back. So we just keep typing that. That keeps sending us back, but we won't know what content we have, I guess. Because now we press tab. CD tab. Oh, see, now we have an idea of what directories we have available to us. So the one that probably looks kind of familiar is CD home, because usually that holds like player profile. So CD tab. We see CTF players available, so I'm assuming it's that. So now we're gonna go into that, and then CD tab. We get 3 profiles: Abra, Ala, and Sim. So we're gonna check every one of them. So we'll first check CD Abra, and then CD Cabra.txt and Cadania.txt. So how are we gonna do this? So how do we print out the content? So it's basically very simple. All we need to do is just type echo $, and then we close it up and we put a redirect and then put the name of the file that we want to do. So in our case, we're gonna do Cadabra, and then we're gonna close it off, and that should print out the content of each file. So we're gonna do that for each one of these. Daniel, and we get nothing, so we have to go back one and then go CD Ala, and then CD, and then tab. We got Cosma and mode, so we have to do the exact same thing we did last time. So Cosma, and we got PicoCTF. And I guess one question you ask ourselves: how do you figure out that it was this? So if you just copy this and then you just Google search it, how to use echo to print out the content of a text file? It basically tells you echo doesn't need read, so in this case just redirects meaningless. To print out the file, just use the commands below. But in our case, we didn't have to use the quotes. We could just type in echo and then along with this. So that's how I was able to figure out how to print out commands just using echo. So yeah, so now we have the flag right here. PicoCTF, you don't appreciate what you were doing here. So we just copy this and then put it right here, and that should solve the problem for us. And we press enter, and we do. So yeah, that's about it for this challenge. Hope you guys learned something new today. I know I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.